All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you guys for joining me today. Press X Podcast. I know I've been back and forth with the name, but I really think I'm going to just stick with it this time. I keep saying that, but I don't see any reason not to. And there's a whole podcast section under, there's like a whole podcast playlist, I guess, that's automatically there for YouTube. So I figured, you know what, we'll just go with it. What's up, Captain Hook? Illegal Monkey. Illegal Monkey's hyped. What's going on, guys? It's Beast Mode says, we like it, bro. Keep it up. Yeah, trying to simplify a little bit. I have a tendency to overcomplicate things for no reason. But, all right, so we are going to be talking about Sony cutting the price of PSVR2. Big price cut. Massive price cut. Prince G says Monster Hunter Squad. Who here is planning on playing Monster Hunter? So we're going to be talking about the price cut for PSVR 2. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Death Stranding 2. We're going to be talking about how there is new data that seems to indicate that live service games are absolutely dominating console gaming. I mean, absolutely dominating it to a degree that is kind of shocking. There's a new level out for Astrobot. I think they said that they were going to be doing it weekly, right? Weekly? And 223 Gaming renews his membership at Players No Limits. So thank you for that, 223 Gaming. Really, really appreciate that, buddy. So thank you for not only being a member, but being a member at a higher tier to support the channel. Can't do it without you guys. So listen, here's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to have the normal 25 member goal. Okay, if we and 223 Gaming kicks it off, we hit 25 members, we'll feed Boss. We'll give him some treats. We'll give Luna some treats. But we have something a little bit different we're doing today. All right. The larger goal for today is 100 members. Not expecting to hit it. Don't know if we'll hit it. If we hit 100 members, we will do a Resident Evil 4. And I don't know. I just had this itch to play Resident Evil 4. Okay. Don't ask me why. I just did. We'll do a Resident Evil 4 members gameplay stream after this podcast. And if we hit 100 members, I will gift 50. I will gift 50 members as well. Okay? So just keep that in mind as we go throughout the stream today. The clips and the shorts are W uploads. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, you know? I'm tired of seeing people clip me only when I say things that they don't like and they ignore everything else. I'm tired of it. So I got to start doing it myself. You know, going to come up with clips of my own for shorts on YouTube, for Twitter. And I'll try to keep that up as well. Just trying to find any way to continue to grow the channel, get more like-minded people in here. Resident Evil 4 in VR is crazy. Yeah, so if we do play Resident Evil 4, I'm not playing it in VR today. Not prepared for that. Maybe that could be a separate stream, a different goal, potentially. Oh, and I forgot to add this as well. Hold on. So I wanted to add a super chat goal. Oh, stop that. Stop. This cat, bro. Like, you're really starting already? All right. I also added a goal for super chats. 10 super chats, I will gift 5 memberships. Okay? Every 10 super chats, I'll gift 5 memberships. We did do a members lounge yesterday, which got temporarily blocked, actually, because of something I was reacting to. But it's all good. Yeah, I don't know why boss is already here. It's like, bro, you're supposed to sleep for a little bit first. Come on, man. Make my life easier. And George A comes in and renews his membership. George, thank you so much, man. Let's get some W's in the chat for George and 223 Gaming. Both renewing their memberships. Helps me a lot. Very much appreciated, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that, Diego. Kind of wild. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I did see that trending. Dwayne, you're saying you don't need VR today. You just want to see a normal game. Guys, is there like a Discord or whatever? I know somebody runs a Discord for me. I don't use Discord, but I know there's a Discord out there. Let them know. Let them know we're trying to hit a goal today for gameplay. By the way, how does the stream look? I meant to ask that at the beginning. Is it looking good? Because I'm streaming in 4K again. Just trying to get some feedback. Do you guys notice the difference? That's the thing I can't tell. I'm not like watching myself, so I don't know if there's really a significant difference. Monster Hunter Wilds, I thought that doesn't come out till tomorrow. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people getting hyped for Monster Hunter. I don't know, I'm thinking about playing it. I'm thinking about it. I'm on the edge. You know, I heard it's apparently a little bit easier. Oh, thank you for that, Dwayne Johnson. He says I look amazing. Appreciate that compliment. Josh Z with a $5 super chat. He says, it's not shocking the modern gamer plays in small bursts. Live service is perfect for that. Console gaming is now a niche thing. Yeah, I guess in the end, it's not shocking. It's just, what's crazy is the number is going up so much. Like, we talk so much about live service games and these companies chasing after live service games and how desperate they are. And then we see this data and these numbers, and it's like, oh, you kind of get it. And Lady K comes in and drops a single membership gift for you guys. Lady K, thank you so much for that, bringing us up to 3 on the day. I will add that to the counter. Very much appreciate that, Lady K.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You need to stop chewing that. You got to go. You're going to break it. Come on. Bro's already fiending for treats. But yeah, Josh, with what you're saying, I agree. I mean, it makes sense why people like the live service games so much, why they gravitate towards them. I get sucked into live service games sometimes, but the number is growing. I mean, the percentage, I should say, of people who are playing these live service games every month, it does kind of make sense why you can see these. You can see why these companies are like, we got to go all in. Like, we got to do it now. We got to make it happen. We got to get a piece of that live service pie. I still think they're misguided. I still think that they're making a mistake by, diving in head first. But I get it, man. I get it. And we'll just start there, man. Let me bring this up. So at this article, more than 40% of all US PS5 and Xbox playtime last month was spent on 10 live service games. More than 40% of the total time spent playing. I don't know why they regurgitate the headline there. That's according to Matt Piscatella, the executive director and video game industry analyst at Circana. In a thread on Blue Sky, he pointed out that more than 70% of active PS5 and Xbox Series X users in the US played at least one of the top 10 live service games in January. While some of these players may have simply tried the game, then moved on to something else, these 10 live service games have been popular enough to command a combined 40% of all playtime spent across the entirety of PS5 and Xbox Series libraries last month. Piscatella notes that the statistic may be concerning for developers and publishers of other games because the total U.S. video game market spending, total players, and total hours all peaked in 2021. Quote, the pace of games being released has not slowed, end quote. As such, the pool of potential players isn't getting larger, and if many of them are spending a lot of time on the same 10 live service games, that reduces the amount of time being spent trying out other titles, in particular, new releases. A lot is riding on the new products coming to market this year to hopefully combat or reverse some of these trends, Piscatella noted. presumably referring to the Switch 2 and numerous upcoming AAA games. So, yeah, man, the data's right there. The data tells us all we need to know. I'm sorry to hear that, Ice Queen Gaming. Hopefully tonight will be a better night. Streaming in 4K is great. Just keep boss's butt away from the camera. Yeah, he does do that sometimes. It's not good. It's not good when he does that. Sometimes he'll jump on the desk. It's rare, but we've had a couple of incidents. He jumps on the desk, he turns around, and yeah, it's not good. Now that we're in 4K, we definitely can't have that happen. At that point, I might actually get in trouble with YouTube. There's actually a live service Monster Hunter mobile game. Well, I know about the Monster Hunter mobile game. With Monster Hunter Wilds, does Capcom consider Monster Hunter Wilds a live service game? Because it seems like they're going to kind of treat it that way, I guess. It's something they want people to keep coming back to. I kind of get that feeling with it. But I don't know if they've like explicitly confirmed that it's a, that it is a game as a service. Some crazy news yesterday. Which PlayStation product got a price cut? PlayStation VR2. So Sony decided to cut the price of PSVR2 by $150. PSVR2 was being sold for $550 and today they made the announcement that it's now going to be sold for $400. Interestingly enough, they're also selling the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle for $400. So to me, it's a sign that they really need to start moving units. That's my guess. I don't know that they're expecting it to be... I don't know that Sony views PSVR 2 as a big success. I don't think they're expecting it to be a big success. But them reducing the price by $150, it's like, okay. There was a period of time, and I did see people talking about this. They were like, PSVR 2 was down to $375 over like the holiday period for a limited amount of time. And a lot of people, seem like most people who were interested in buying PSVR 2 did it then. So I'm not really sure how this is going to affect sales. I'm not sure if this is really going to boost it or not. You think I need some basic lighting changes that would dramatically increase the production quality of the stream? You're probably right. I'm not very good with lighting. I have an overhead light here. It does a good job at I think lighting everything up and making everything visible, but it's definitely not as good as it could be. I agree with that. Maybe I'll look into it. You're saying you got VR2 on a big discount last December? Yeah, well, I made a video today reporting on it, and that's what I saw. I saw a lot of people saying that, like, oh, yeah, I picked it up for $375. It makes me wonder why Sony decided to go with a $400 price and not just $375. William, you're saying PSVR 2 is just a stepping stone for PSVR 3 for PS6, which will be the dream VR experience. VR barely isn't there yet. It will be there in 4 to 5 years. I don't know, William. I'm not so sure about the future of VR with PlayStation. That's pretty bullish. Like, you think they're going to want to aggressively pursue PSVR 3 for the PlayStation 6? I mean, I guess it would make sense. They do have a presence in the market, but I don't know. I'm not confident. A little bit of neon here and there would make things pop. I get some neon lights. Only having overhead lights is wild. At minimum, need a ring light. I could turn them off. And we could just see what happens, you know? Maybe that looks better. The technology will get exponentially better. I agree with that. I think it's going to, and I think it's going to be... I could see that being the reason why Sony would want to stick with it, because it's going to be a big deal. An Illegal Monkey comes in and drops 5 membership gifts for you guys. Illegal Monkey dropping the first 5 bomb of the day. Let's get some W's in the chat. Let's get some W's in the chat, guys. Thank you for that, buddy. Bringing us up to 8. Let me add that to the counter. And Illegal Monkey, what soundbite would you like, my friend? You let me know, and I'll play it for you. If VR3 doesn't have backwards compatibility, they will lose like last time. Well, the whole thing about, you know, better technology for VR for something like PSVR3 is I think it might struggle the same way that PSVR2 did, where I think the biggest thing that held the PSVR2 back is the price point, you know, $550. If they want to go all in with VR a third time, I imagine it's going to be quite expensive. You want the go for Illegal Monkey? Coming right up. There you go, bro. Do I think Sony has focused too much on hardware this generation? No, I don't think so. I think that they've done a really good job. I think PlayStation fans like that. The Pro, PlayStation Portal, PSVR 2. I just think PSVR 2 is the only one that's a little bit kind of like, is it meeting their expectations? You know, is it doing what they really expected it to do? William, you're saying MBG VR is always one console generation behind in terms of graphics. So imagine VR games next gen that look as good as Death Stranding 2 on PS5, but in VR. It is tantalizing. It is a tantalizing prospect, dude. I mean, here's my thing with VR, right? Sony obviously went all in with VR 1. They went all in with VR 2. And they're still supporting VR2, but now we have something like the PlayStation Portal coming out. And I feel like PlayStation VR2 has the kind of problem that the PlayStation Vita had previously, where it's like, where are the first-party games? We don't really have enough studios or enough resources to produce first-party games for the PlayStation 5 and then separate VR2 titles. And I think that's why we only got one with Horizon Call of the Mountain. And it reminds me of the Vita, but now I look at the PlayStation Portal, and then we're hearing rumors that there is going to be a dedicated PlayStation handheld in the future, probably in the next 3 to 4 years, where basically what Sony is aiming for is a portable PlayStation 5, essentially. And I'm like, I don't know, do we really see Sony, if they choose to go all in with a handheld again, do we see them choosing to also, you know, kind of, I guess, spread themselves somewhat thin and say, we're also going to go all in with VR 3 as well? I guess it's possible. I mean, if you kind of look at what's there right now, that is what it looks like, right? You got the PS5, PS5 Pro, PSVR 2, and the PlayStation Portal. They all kind of coexist together. Yeah, I'm surprised Sony hasn't acquired any VR studios. I guess Firesprite technically counts. Insomniac counts technically because they made a VR game in the past. But, you know, no studio that's just dedicated to making VR games. I think that is quite surprising. And the bigger thing that I think has hurt PSVR 2 quite a bit, honestly, quite a bit this generation so far, is missing out on certain games like that recent Batman game. I was kind of shocked by that. I'm like, bro, how are you missing out on a new Batman Arkham game for PSVR or just for VR in general? It's interesting when you kind of look at PSVR 1, it was the opposite. There was a dedicated Batman Arkham game that was made just for PSVR 1, and I think Sony locked it down exclusively. You just picked up Monster Hunter for your PS5 Pro. Can't wait for tomorrow. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's tempting. It's tempting. Chris Brown, you're saying Sony needs to utilize their IP for VR. I agree. When we talked about VR a while ago, I was saying like it would be so cool to get maybe like a Last of Us experience in VR or something. But I understand that it's down to the studios. They only have a limited amount of resource and budget to work with. But yeah, they don't seem to be properly leveraging their own IP for VR. PlayStation will sell through the current units of PSVR and then discontinue the hardware and pivot that hardware division to focus on next-gen handheld. VR is dead to PlayStation. It's interesting. William, you believe that Sony is going to go all in with PSVR 3 next gen. Okay, you believe that it's pretty much dead to Sony. They're just doing what they got to do to support it for the remainder of the gen, sell the rest of the stock. Do you think they lowered it to sell the rest of the stock and then they're done? PS5 Pro sold out in Japan. That has to be because of Monster Hunter, right? Right? An Uncharted VR experience would be sick. I mean, yeah, you imagine all these different PlayStation games being made for VR and the potential there, but it would take away from the regular games that are being made. No doubt about it. Because again, they don't have like a dedicated VR studio that can be handed these properties to try to make their own version of a VR game. Well, I think I'm leaning more towards the side of I don't think VR3 is going to be a thing. I just don't think so. I do look at what has happened with PlayStation VR2, and I do agree, William, with what you're saying that like the technology is still pretty young and there's more that they can do with VR in the future. But I just have this feeling that they're like, I'll put it to you this way. I don't think Sony will never do anything with VR again. I just think it's going to be a long time from now. I think Sony's willing at this point to just wait until the technology is really there where you can have what you're describing, like something that looks as good as Death Stranding, but in VR, like no problem, right? I think that they would rather wait for that than just kind of feel obligated to with the PlayStation 6 generation. We have to have PSVR 3. I mean, I think about what Shuhei Yoshida said in a recent interview when he was asked about PSVR 2. He was like, I'm sorry. Let's move on. That's what he said. Now, granted, he did say he expected it to be a big success. And, you know, I think he likened PSVR 1 to the PlayStation 1, like we're just starting, almost insinuating that VR 2 would blow up like the PS2 did. But yeah, the Half-Life game, Half-Life Alyx, a lot of people thought that was going to be coming to PSVR 2, but it never did. By the way, guys, we have some new people filing in. Like I said, we're going for a goal today. I just make sure you read the goal at the bottom right there. All right. Make sure you read it. I hope it comes through clearly. I hope it's like the text isn't too small. I should stream myself playing Madison VR. Maybe in the future we can do that. I don't know. I heard that game's really scary in VR. Okay, you're saying PlayStation sees far more financial opportunity in the handheld than in VR. You know what's weird about the handheld space right now? I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this. You know, like is it really as lucrative or as broadly appealing as people make it sound? And I think what spurred this conversation on is the fact that I think the Steam Deck has sold like 3.7 million units in total. You're saying you're 50, you can't read the goal banner? Okay, I'll read it for you. Today's goal, we're striving for 100 members. The reward will be a Resident Evil 4 stream after this stream for members. And if we hit 100 members, I will gift 50 members myself. But yeah, 3.7 million sold for the Steam Deck. And I think people are a little bit surprised by that. They're like, oh, I thought it was way more successful than that. And it's like, no, it's pretty niche. Like it's pretty niche overall. This is where I wonder like what Sony's goals will be if they do have a dedicated handheld that they're going to release, because it's like, I don't think you're going to do PSP or even PS Vita numbers. You have two handhelds and you hardly play them outside of the house. Because I do agree that it seems more likely if Sony's going to choose to go in one direction or the other, let's say instead of both. Maybe they will go in both directions, but if they're choosing one over the other, I could see Sony saying, you know, the handheld space is more of a priority than VR. So let's go with that. But from what we can tell, these premium, where did I get those numbers? I'm pretty sure I saw that floating around like it was official. Let me double check. Let me vet myself here. Steam Deck total sales. Recent figures from research firm IDC, as requested by The Verge, estimate the total sales of Steam Deck's various versions between 3.7 million and 4 million in total. And I think that just came out. So apparently The Verge requested the numbers from a research firm IDC. So they could be, you know, they might not be 100% accurate, but an Angry Whale Watcher comes in and renews his membership. Angry Whale Watcher, thank you so much for that, man. Bringing us up to 9 members. So we can still, you know, we'll continue to strive for that goal of 25. See if we can hit that. Good stuff, bro. Let me,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
PlayStation likely views their handheld above all others except the Switch. They believe their brand recognition and catalog will propel it beyond the ROG, Steam Deck, etc. That's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, Sony does look at they can look at the PSP and they can look at the PS Vita, and I guess the bare minimum expectation from Sony is it has to at least do as well as the Vita. But the big thing for me is if it's going to be a super premium handheld like we're hearing it is, like basically it's going to be like a portable PS5. I do think that will limit the overall reach. You saw on the Nerd Nest today that there were 10 million handhelds sold total. By the way, you can't get the numbers, only shipping parts for assembly assessment. 10 million. I mean, I feel like that number would be more accurate just because of the amount of people I see talking about something like the Steam Deck. Like, I see a lot of people talking about it. I feel like it's a really, like, people like it. They really like it. So I don't know that, because to me, like 3.7 million or 4 million, that's a bit lower than I would have expected. But it is an expensive handheld, so I don't know that I would, it's not like I'm expecting crazy numbers per se. Is Metal Gear Delta coming to PC also, or is it a PS5 exclusive? It's not exclusive. Metal Gear Solid Delta is coming to everything. The only thing it hasn't been confirmed for yet is the Switch 2, but that probably will happen when, you know, it's announced officially, or we see the games, I mean. Coming soon, the PlayStation mobile phone. Dude, Sony tried to do that before. I think there was like a prototype PSP phone or something. Oh, okay, Titus. You're saying that's with everything. So the 10 million number is not just the Steam Deck. It's with like all the premium high-end handhelds. Okay. I mean, it does reveal that there is a market here, I think. But yeah, I think we're not going to know. I think PlayStation would be right to have that confidence. Like, listen, we have the brand recognition. We have the catalog. We have the IP. We have the. I mean, they have everything right there. I could see Sony having that confidence of we can be the leader here. We can do it. We can do that. Maybe outside of Nintendo. But the thing about Nintendo is they're not like a high end, bro. I know, boss. I know. We're making our way. Guys, we're at 9 members. Consider gifting a membership. Consider becoming a channel member. Gain access to exclusive perks. But the reason I'm saying it now is because boss is going to torment me until we hit 25 members. Let's see if we can get to 25. Let's push for it, guys, so I can feed this guy. I thought he was going to chill. I'm not going to lie. He did yesterday. I thought he was going to relax, sleep for a while. Maybe after like an hour, hour and a half, he'll wake up. But he's antsy today. Anybody playing Monster Hunter today? I keep seeing people say that. Is it out now? I thought it wasn't out until tomorrow. You can't chew that. You can't chew that, dude. 9 p.m. They're making you redo your character. The beta doesn't transfer over. I thought they said it did. I could have swore that was like one of the main reasons for people to play the beta. Bro, oh my God. Hold on, I gotta get this guy. Come on, dude. Come on. You're playing it right now? How? I don't understand. How are you playing it right now? I thought it... Did it release early? Okay. I joked earlier. Hold on. I joked earlier about Boss putting his butt in the camera in 4K. He's on the desk. Come on, dude. Oh my God. You chill. I'm trying to talk here. You tried 2 hours ago on PlayStation? Brother, I require the snacks. Just benchmarked it on PC. Good to go over 90 frames. Damn, dude. I mean, I can understand why people are going to go to PC to play Monster Hunter. I think a lot of people are still going to play it on console, but yeah, I was watching like some of the Digital Foundry videos and it's not that bad. It's not like I don't think it's as bad as some people make it sound, but yeah, I could kind of see why people are like, maybe you go to PC if you have a rig, a good rig, good enough to get those higher frames. It does seem like Monster Hunter's running pretty well on the PS5 Pro. DJ Bruntmeyer, member for 20 months, says, if we can get Boss to 25 members, I will double the total. I was blessed, so I will bless others. Damn, bro. DJ Bruntmeyer's throwing it down right now, guys. He's saying if we get to 25, he will double it. He will match that. DJ Bruntmeyer, is very kind of you, dude. Well, now we got to push. Now we got to push to make that happen. I believe in you guys. We can do it. That's not even your best PC, Steven? Is it your second best PC? You think Monster Hunter's going to sell way more on console? I mean, yeah, Monster Hunter is like Capcom's best-selling game. So it runs like trash on PC. Does it? I don't know. Steven's saying he's getting 90 frames. Well, actually, I don't know if that... To be honest, I'm not sure if he was referencing Monster Hunter there. I wasn't sure if he was referencing Monster Hunter. Teddy says, seems we got a baller. And Steven Leon comes in. He drops the 20 bomb on you guys.
Holy shit.
He says, I got you, bro. Steven drops the 20 bomb after DJ Bruntmeyer says he would double. He would match it. That's what I mean to say. Steven, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that support. Boss, rest easy, bro. Rest easy, because we got you. We got the treats. Massive spikes on frames per second. Whoa. Jeez. So there is a benchmark for it. So you were talking about Monster Hunter. Dude, okay. I got you, dude. We're gonna get you some treats. And DJ Bruntmeyer does it. DJ Bruntmeyer drops the 20 bomb. He was not joking. He's a man of his word. He said he was blessed recently. And he's helping us out. He's giving. He's paying it forward. DJ Bruntmeyer, thank you so much, man. Man, we are. And he drops another 10 bomb. Bro, 30 members gifted by DJ Bruntmeyer after Steven's 20 bomb. You guys got to tell me what sound bites you want. Here we go, boss. A nice big pile of treats there. Boss, thanks you guys. So the counter's still going up. I'll update you and let you know where we're at. Great stuff there, guys. Great stuff. DJ, Steven, thank you guys so much. Yeah, if we hit 100 members today, when this stream is over, we'll do a Resident Evil 4 remake gameplay stream for members. And if we hit 100 members, I will drop 50 members of my own as well. Okay, guys? So we're at 58. So you guys are crushing it already. Let me update this so you can see where we're at. I'm going to just set it to 100 because I think we have a real shot. We have a real shot, I think, of making this happen today. So thank you guys so much. We have an amazing community here. If you got gifted a membership, go check out the Members Lounge. You now have access to it. We did one yesterday. You have access to all previous members' content. You have access to Morning with the Misses. So go explore it. Go check it out when you're done watching this stream here. New Astrobot level today. Yeah, I saw that. Sony put out. They're doing it on a weekly basis, and I basically just decided I'm going to wait until they're all out because they did add a couple more trophies, and I'm like, I got to keep up that 100% for Astrobot. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any of you guys asking for a soundbite. I tend to miss it. Well, I forgot to play one, so DJ, this one will be for you. All of my sound bites are so existential.
Hey guys, it's Boss here again,
Okay.
Meow. I can't wait for the next stream, Meow, so we can hang out and eat snacks together. It's gonna be a good time. Meow.
All right, that'll be for both DJ Bruntmeyer and Steven. Chris Brown, you're saying Shrek 5 looks bad. What the F did they do to them? Shrek 5? Wait, what? Chris, what are you talking about, man? Monster Hunter's amazing on the Pro. Wait, there's a Shrek 5? Did they just release like a trailer for it? Let me go check. I mean, Chris, you sound really distraught, dude. Oh, yeah, it's trending. Shrek 5 in theaters December 23rd, 2026. I mean, I'm confused though. It just looks like Shrek though. What Chris, what has you so upset about it? You're saying it looks bad. What did they do to them? They did a redesign? Did they? I can't even tell. I can't even tell. Maybe I'll have to look at some comparisons. I guess maybe Donkey looks a little different. Well, I'm sorry you're so distraught about the Shrek 5 teaser, bro. I mean, that. I feel like Shrek got more popular over time. And I feel like this new one's probably going to do crazy good numbers. All right. You played the Monster Hunter beta. You didn't think it looked that great. It's a little dull looking. I do think Monster Hunter looks good. I think the art style of Monster Hunter is very good. I mean, just from a pure graphical presentation, I don't know that it's the best looking game out there, but I like the color palette. There are some spots in the game that can look a little washed out, I guess, but I think that's I don't think that really is a deal breaker for people. How many members are we up to? We're at 58 members. So we're over halfway there already. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to lie. So thank you guys. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Shutting down Monolith. Actually, we do have more information on that. Yesterday, when we were talking about Monolith being shut down, I was being pretty critical of like WB and whatnot. But we actually have some new information. Okay. Luna's going to get some now. They're looking at memes online, and they have a teenage daughter, Zendaya. I'm disappointed. Bro, Dragon Warrior's also saying he does not like... He's saying Shrek 5 looks really bad. Oh, man. Oh, what? Well, we'll just wait for the tie-in movie, Shrek 5. PS5 Pro Enhanced, 2026. Maybe Sony will lock it down as a timed exclusive. But check this out. So, Jason Schreier revealed a bunch of details about what's going on at WB Games. So, let me give you this quick rundown. It's not too long. When it comes to Monolith, here's what happened. Following Shadow of War's release in 2017, Monolith was not interested in making another Lord of the Rings game and began developing an original IP codenamed Legacy. Legacy was canceled by WB in 2021. Monolith's entire leadership team and many other developers quit. Most of these new developers went on to form Cliffhanger Games with EA and are currently developing a Black Panther game. So this is really critical information that I was not privy to yesterday. I did not realize that after Shadow of War, they went on to make a new IP, and that new IP got canceled, and basically all of the people, or the majority of the people that made Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games left. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that their entire team was kind of dissolved. I mean, not entirely, but just most of the leadership left. And most of the people responsible for the games that we got previously just weren't there. I didn't know that. But it says here, Monolith then began work on Wonder Woman around May/June 2021. The game would be revealed at the Game Awards 6 months later. Monolith was forced to work on Wonder Woman while simultaneously rebuilding their staff and leadership team. During development, a debate emerged about whether to use Monolith's in-house engine for Wonder Woman or switch to Unreal Engine. They eventually decided to stick with the in-house engine, but often ran into problems as many of the programmers and engineers who knew how to properly utilize the engine had already quit. Around late 2023/early 2024, Wonder Woman was completely rebooted. The game changed directors, the Nemesis system was removed, and the game was changed to be a more traditional action-adventure game similar to God of War. Monolith developers had no beforehand knowledge of the studio's closure. They learned about it on Tuesday, shortly before we all did. So I didn't realize how disastrous it was. I'm not going to lie. I didn't realize how disastrous it was behind the scenes with Monolith as a whole. And very unfortunate, man. Michael Wernick, a member for 16 months, says, please leave a like and subscribe if you're a real gamer. Only if you're a real gamer. You can subscribe if you're a fake gamer. That's fine. That's okay. I can accept that. But yeah, please hit that like button, guys. So essentially, Monolith has been dead for 4 years. Well, to me, the real death rattle for Monolith, looking over this information, the real death rattle has to come in the form of Wonder Woman getting completely rebooted in early 2024. You know, that's years of development time down the drain, probably a large sum of money. I will say, though, like, they say the game changed directors. The Nemesis system was removed. Like, that sucks. I mean, I can only assume that if the game was rebooted, it must have been bad, right? Like, it just must have been a bad game, and the Nemesis system maybe didn't make any sense in this game. It is interesting to think, though, what this Wonder Woman game could have been, where they say it was going to be a traditional action-adventure game similar to God of War. But, yeah, man, there doesn't matter now. It's water under the bridge. But something else we're learning, WB Montreal. Following the release of Arkham Origins in 2013, WB Montreal began development on 2 games, their own Suicide Squad game and a sequel to Arkham Knight focused on Damian Wayne. Both were eventually canceled, and they began developing Gotham Knights in 2017. Gotham Knights was originally intended to be live service, but they reversed course. According to Schreier, the game itself wasn't changed much by this. It was more like WB just decided to scrap the post-launch plans. Schreier says Gotham Knights 1.5, he mentioned previously in his article, would have actually been a separate, smaller game like Spider-Man Miles Morales, but it was not approved. He also mentioned in the article, WB Montreal pitched a Constantine game that was never greenlit, and then began working on a Flash game that was canceled after the movie flopped. My God, a Constantine game. That would have been sick, dude. A Flash game would have been interesting as well. And then finally, it says, following Gotham Knights' failure, some executives at WB Games wanted WB Montreal to become a support studio, and many developers were put on support for Wonder Woman and other games. As of now, WB Montreal is currently pitching a new game based on Game of Thrones. So, yikes. A lot of studio mismanagement, man, with WB Games. Josh Z with a $10 super chat says, I think people mistake more detailed animation for worse quality, but it is just brighter colors mostly. Shrek's head is a little odd, but it is not the final product, just a teaser. Let's not doom yet. We have to doom, Josh. We must. It's 2025. First impressions are everything. Well, I mean, that wasn't a 2025 thing. That isn't a 2025 thing, but yeah, no, I'll be honest, man. Like, I can't see any difference, but I can't remember the last time I saw Shrek or watched Shrek. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll do fine though, dude. It's Shrek 5. It's gonna clean house. Probably they were terrified to write a woman with all the DEI and woke warriors around. Thought they would skip the fire. I mean, it's possible, dude. It's possible that they saw what was going on and are like, you know what? Yeah, they're making a Constantine 2 movie. That was greenlit. Keanu Reeves is going to return. So I don't know, dude. Why not make a Constantine game and get Keanu involved? I mean, he was in Cyberpunk, right? Like he works with games. Snow White. We don't talk about that, bro. Oh my god. I did see that Kathleen Kennedy is apparently she's done at Lucasfilm, and there's like a celebration. It's like the celebration that happens at the end of Return of the Jedi, but like in real life. Isn't Shrek a kids movie? I mean, that's how I view it. I don't know. Are adults into Shrek? I think like a lot of kids who grew up with it are now adults. You know, it's like nostalgic. Forza Horizon 5 coming April 29th. Oh, wait, did we just get a release date? Really quick, let me just finish this out. It says other WB Studios, Jason Schreier reconfirms that Rocksteady is in early development on a new Batman game. As was previously posted, TT Games is working on a new Lego game that is planned to release next year. He doesn't say exactly what it is, but there have been rumors that it's a new Lego Harry Potter. As previously reported, Avalanche is working on a director's cut of Hogwarts Legacy with new DLC. Many Rocksteady developers are working on it. Avalanche is also in early development on Hogwarts Legacy 2, but it's a while. It'll be a while till we see it. So let me see. Somebody gave a date for Forza. I'm looking to see if I can find it. I mean, did they like just announce it or? Let me check the official Forza account. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you're getting this from. I didn't. Oh, it's just on the PlayStation Store. Oh, did they accidentally leak it? Or I guess it's not even a leak. Okay. So April 29th, huh? Yeah, I was expecting like April or May. Still no word on Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is scheduled for spring, but still no date for it. You can't believe Microsoft is porting Forza. It's one of the few franchises that made the case for buying an Xbox. Well, I mean, it's part of their major strategy shift now, man. You know, they're just like, we're done. We're moving on. And Michael Wernick comes in and drops a 10 bomb on you guys. Michael Wernick, bro, 10 more memberships gifted, bringing us up to 68 members. Let's get some W's in the chat for Michael here. Keeping the train going today. So we are almost 3/4 of the way there. I didn't think we would. I mean, I was unsure if we would even get to the goal. I mean, we still might not, but you guys are doing great, man. Wow. Really making some serious progress here. Thank you, Michael. What soundbite would you like? Hanzo still hasn't gotten a member gift. Hanzo, is it what happened to your account, bro? Is it just not? Is your account branded now or something? And Michael drops one more. I have no idea why he would do that. I have no idea why Michael Wernick would drop one more membership gift. Huh. Kind of weird. I like the way you describe it, Gobbling Arnold. I never thought to call it that. That's cursed. That is actually cursed, though. You haven't gotten one either? Well, just make sure you double check. Click any of the gift icons at the top of the chat. Make sure you opt in to receive a gift. I think more Xbox games will arrive in April on PS5. Tom Warren said PS5 players will have lots to play in April. Yeah. Yeah, and oh my God, bro. They did it at the same time. Literally at the same time. Steven Leon drops a second 20 bomb on you guys, and then DJ Bruntmeyer another 10. Steven says, I'll do it myself. Holy shit, indeed. Wow. You guys are not... You're not playing today. Holy crap. That's crazy, though. They both dropped those gifts at the exact same time. 30 more members, man. I think that brings us to 99. W's in the chat for Steven, Michael, and DJ Bruntmeyer. My YouTube studio just crashed. That's how crazy you guys are going with the member gifts. Man, you guys are making me feel like I should have made the goal higher, bro. I did not think you guys were just going to like crush it within an hour. Oh my God. Thank you though so much. I really appreciate that support, guys. Anybody who just got gifted a membership, please go check out the member content. Look forward to upcoming member content. If you enjoy the member content, please consider renewing your membership once it expires after a month. Definitely helps the channel. And no, we're at exactly 100. There we go. We did it. So now I got to do my part. We got to get more people in here, bro. That's what we got to do. We got to get more people in here. Maybe I should just change my title and thumbnail to something super clickbait, because we got to make everybody aware that we're giving out all these gifts. I owe you guys 50 memberships now, though. Yeah, you guys obliterated that goal. Holy crap. I'm actually kind of shocked. I am. I thought like this would be a struggle today. I didn't even think we would hit it, to be honest. I was thinking to myself, like, I think making it 100 is... Oops, hold on. Making it 100 was too high, but you guys you destroyed it. George says he needs a membership. Just put Xbox is dead. Let's talk about it. I mean, you would like to opt out of gifts. I think you can do that. I'm actually not entirely sure. Hold on. I mean, if I changed my title to Xbox is dead, let's talk about it. I think we would get... I'm about to experiment, dude. Right now. I'm about to just do it. Just to see. Because we're sitting at like 225 people watching. If I retitle it Xbox is dead, let's talk about it. Does that number shoot up? That's basically what the membership gift is for, right? Shh. No, not really. I mean, maybe sometimes, but not any more or less than what you see on normal streams. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Seriously. Really, really appreciate the support. Those of you who are dropping membership gifts, especially, I mean, you guys dropping 10 bombs, 20 bombs. Really, really appreciate that. You know, we're completely fan funded here. As of right now, the channel's sponsorship free. So the reason I'm able to continue to make all this content and do any of this is because of you guys. You make it possible. So thank you so, so much. I'm just waiting to drop that 50 memberships. because I'm hoping that we can get more people in here. Forza 5 release date confirmed. Yeah, we saw that. Apparently, people were saying that it was just on the store. They just checked the PlayStation 5 store and the date was just there. I haven't seen any announcement or anything for it, so I guess I don't know if they're going to announce it or if they're just going to put it out there casually, like, yep, here it is. So, how many of you guys are planning on playing Forza? Because I'm think I'm going to play it. Forza Horizon 5 is one of the games that Hotshot854 with a milestone chat 13 months says Forza 5 release date MBG. Everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying it, and like I'll just go check the PlayStation Store. Let's see. Search Forza Horizon 5. Yep, the pre-orders are up, $60. So they're basically charging full price. Forza Horizon 5 Standard Edition. I think they have 3 different editions releasing April 29th, 2025. So they have the Standard Edition for $60 US. They have the Deluxe Edition for $80 US. And then they have the Premium Edition for $100 US. What does the Deluxe Edition come with? All right, so here are all the different versions. Deluxe Edition. So if you buy the standard version of Forza, you just get Forza Horizon 5. That's it. If you buy the Deluxe Edition, you get the game and the Forza Horizon 5 Car Pass. If you buy the Premium Edition, you get the full game, the Car Pass, Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels, Forza Horizon 5 Rally Adventure, Forza Horizon 5 Welcome Pack, Forza Horizon 5 VIP membership, and early access beginning April 25th. Holy shit. Dude, Microsoft is being vicious. Vicious, bro. Oh my God. They're locking early access behind the $100 version. I got to put this in the title. We changed the title. Hold on. Forza Horizon PS5 date and pricing. It's just going to be weird because it's not my... Guys, help me think of it. You know what? I'll have you guys help me with this. Help me think of a spicier title. I heard the Hot Wheels DLC is really good. Is this... Hold on. I got to ask you guys this. Did Microsoft do this with the Xbox version? Did they put... What is it? 4-day early access? Did they put that behind the $100 edition? Because I feel like that's kind of nuts, dude. That's a lot. Charging early access for a game that hasn't been out for years, messy, or that has been out for years, messy work. I mean, that is kind of... I didn't even think of that angle, too. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Oh, that is weird. That is weird. That's so weird. Does it say PS5 Pro Enhanced? Let me see. Yep. Yep, it sure does. PS5 Pro Enhanced. Supports up to 12 online players with PlayStation Plus. It's supporting the DualSense as well. DualSense wireless controller supported. God damn, they're going all out. Wow. There's a new Terminator game, Terminator 2D. No Fate launches September 5th. Really? Was that like just announced? El Unico, you're saying on Xbox you pay $30 for the premium edition. So you mean, well, like right now, you're saying the premium edition is $30? Like if you go to the Xbox store, let me just check. Do Xbox store Forza Horizon 5 premium. Forza Horizon 5 premium edition. It says it's $100. It says you could get it on Game Pass or buy for $100. That's what it says for me anyway. Or do you mean like if you get it through Game Pass, you can pay $30 or something and get? I'm just trying to figure out when Forza Horizon 5 launched on Xbox, did they put 4-day early access behind the $100 edition as well? That's all I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure if anybody here knows. I guess they did, right? It's my assumption. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Xbox is King. I missed it. You're saying they did? Okay. Man, that is a little bit awkward, though. I have to admit. It is a little bit awkward where it's like, if you buy the... Well, all right. If I look at this, though, the 4-day early access, I don't think is a big deal. I'll be honest. Because when you look at everything else that's listed here for the $100 version, you get the car pass, you get the Hot Wheels DLC, you get Rally Adventure, you get a welcome pack, you get a VIP membership. I feel like the early access is just kind of a bonus, Like you are paying $100 for this version. And I feel like if you remove the early access, it's still probably going to be worth the $100 for anybody who's interested in it. But I feel like the early access is just kind of thrown in there to sweeten the deal. Well, now I got to ask anybody who is planning on playing Forza Horizon on PS5, which version are you going for? Are you going for the standard, the deluxe, or the premium? My title should be PlayStation Saves Xbox. Let's talk about it. Guarantee mad people coming in. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm literally, listen, I'm only doing this because I'm going to drop a 50 bomb and I want more people in here. All right. I'm not proud of this, but it's for you guys too. How do I remove my thumbnail though? Hold on, I gotta change the thumbnail now. Because I do gotta drop those 50 memberships. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this, and that's what we'll do. You know, people were suggesting to me, like, bro, you got to get some background music to play during times like this. What do you guys think? Should I have like some kind of background music playing? I feel like I tried that before, but it didn't really work. Or at least I couldn't find the right track. I think I had like some kind of metal playing in the background. All right. Screw it. Let's just do it, you know? All right. Guys, let's see. I changed the title. I changed the thumbnail. We have currently 230 people watching. Let's now observe if any. Let's see if there's any change. See if anything happens. You can never hear anyone's background music anyway. I just have like all these metal tracks. So it's like I don't know if that makes for good background music. You're surprised Microsoft didn't release Forza Horizon 3 and then 4 and then 5. I think they would have done it that way, but they can't due to licensing. Because the thing about if you decide to buy Forza Horizon 5, you have to understand that at some point it's going to get delisted. You'll still be able to play it, but like these games always get delisted, and I think it's due to licensing. Bro, you're inviting haters now with that video title? Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, hold on. I need to add music to the shorts. That's a good idea. Clip yourself saying the title and post it and then watch. People are going to come in and be like, what the F? The stream is so wholesome. Why am I here? PlayStation is saving Xbox. And Xbox is happy because they get money. Everybody wins. So far, I'm not seeing a big difference. I'm just experimenting in real time. He wants to smoke. No, not real. I'm not trying to be antagonistic. I'm just trying to. I didn't think we were gonna get so many member gifts today, and I didn't think I was gonna be dropping a 50 bomb so soon. I'm just trying to get more people in here, man. Like, do you think I should just name it? I should just rename the stream like I'm gonna drop 50 membership gifts. Do you think that would be more effective? I'm starting to enjoy getting clipped out of context. Yeah, at some point you just got to embrace it, man. I'm just starting to clip myself out of context now. I'll put it back. All right, here's what I'll do. I'll make it more accurate. So in my title, I'm dropping 50 membership gifts. We'll do Forza Horizon 5, PS5 price and date, and we'll do live service discussion. All right, there we go. All right, I made it more accurate now. So I want to see if people see the title, they see I'm going to drop 50 membership gifts. Emergency free membership train. Why are you guys so much better at this than I am? Just name it free stuff. I mean, I think that would legitimately. Well, I guess that I was going to say that would qualify as clickbait, but I guess it technically wouldn't, right? Because I am giving free membership gifts. Oh, here we go with my eye itching again. Every time, man. I'm allergic to some of these conversations, I'm telling you. We got a direct donation From PlayStation is King, a $2 direct donation says, "Hey mate, why is Sony playing us on Veilguard for free? It came out 6/10. No one's going to play this game. Halo versus Gears, who's going to take the crown?" I mean, the reaction I saw to Dragon Age the Veilguard being announced for PS Plus, the reaction I saw was kind of, I don't want to say unexpected, but mixed, right? Where it's like, I'm either seeing people be like, wow, I don't want that garbage game. I don't even want it for free. I even saw people saying that out of principle, they're not going to download it, even though they have access to it. On the other hand, I saw a lot of people being like, wow, I was not expecting this game to be free. It just came out like 4 or 5 months ago at full price. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? You know? So it's been kind of mixed. I feel like that kind of speaks to the reputation of that game, where it's like, you know, a AAA game that was just being sold for full price 4 to 5 months ago being dropped in the PlayStation Plus Essentials should be celebrated, right? Should be celebrated. But in this case, it's polarizing. All right. I want to see if we can just get to 250 people. If we can get to 250 people, I'm going to drop those membership gifts. Oh my God, my eye itches so bad. What? I'm allergic to something. I'm allergic to Forza Horizon 5 on PS5. I'm going to lose my mind. My eye itches so bad. Guys, you ever have an itch that's so bad? Like, I might have to go rinse my eye. You wonder if it will end up on Game Pass? I would assume it probably will. Yeah. You just said you were going to drop it now. Now you're moving the goalpost. No. I'm not moving the goalposts. We're 5 people away from hitting 250 concurrent viewers. All right. 250. 250 and we'll do it. I mean, I'll do it now. Am I sure about these 50 memberships? Guys, I'm not going to lie. I don't have 50 memberships. I threw it out there. You know, I thought, you know what? There's no way we're hitting 100 members today. I'm not going to have to worry about it. And then you guys just dropped 100 membership gifts. And I'm like, oh. No, I'm just kidding. I'll just drop it now. Here we go. Before I drop it, though, make sure you click the gift icons up top. Okay? Make sure you click Steven's gift icon or DJ Bruntmeyer's or Michael's, and make sure you opt in so you can receive a membership gift. So here you go. You hit that like button, and I drop the membership gifts. Hopefully YouTube doesn't give me any problems here. Did you hit that like button yet? I can't drop them until you hit the like button. All right. I'm seeing the likes go up. So you guys are doing it. We hit 2. All right, here we go. Hold on. Now it's... And there we go. There we go.
Holy shit.
There you go. It's 50 memberships for you guys for being so awesome. Got us to 100 members today like it was nothing. And when we are finished this stream here, we're going to go to a member stream and we're going to play some Resident Evil 4. Resident Dr. Evil was gifted. Nice. It's been so long. Yeah, guys, you can't. I tried my best. I'm trying to give you guys memberships here, you know? There are too many Chris's receiving membership gifts. Sorry, I'm just trying to enjoy that, watching people getting the gifts since I dropped it for once. No, I've completed Resident Evil 4. Yeah. I beat Resident Evil 4 remake, but I don't know, I had like this urge to play it again. People were asking me if I could start doing more gameplay streams. Yeah, Jerry Gamer, I don't know why you're not getting one, man. But people were asking me if I could start doing more gameplay streams. And yeah, I figured, what, let's start today. We'll do some Resident Evil 4. Should I upgrade to the Pro or wait for the 6? I mean, that's a tough question to answer. I would say it depends on how much research you've done into the PlayStation 5 Pro. If you've done extensive research and you know what the differences look like, you know what you're going to be getting and what you can look forward to based off of the games that are out there right now, and you've determined it seems worth it, then I would say go for it. But if you haven't done that research, if you haven't looked into it, and you're kind of going in somewhat blind, just assuming it's going to be a night and day difference, don't purchase it until you do your research. If you've done your research and you're still hesitant, I would say just wait a while. It won't hurt to wait. You might not have to wait till the PlayStation 6, but the longer you wait, the more games that are going to get PS5 Pro enhanced and that are going to really take advantage of the hardware. And you'll likely see better improvements throughout this year in 2026. That's what I would say. You used to get free memberships, now you don't. I think there's like I could be wrong about this, but it seems like what YouTube does, based off of my observation, I don't have proof of this, it's just anecdotal. It seems like what YouTube does is they will let you get a membership gift consistently for 12 months. And then once you get that 12th month, they like give you a break where you won't receive a membership gift for I think like a certain period of time. But eventually you'll start getting membership gifts again. This is literally what I've observed with people, where I've seen some people who would get a membership gift almost every time until they got to the 12-month badge. And then when they got to the 12-month badge, there was like this, it was like 3 or 4 months or something where they just didn't get any more gifts. But after that 3 or 4 months, then they started getting gifts again. So, yeah, Mr. B, I was going to talk about that, the new information on Death Stranding 2. Your channel is music branded now, so I don't think I can. Yeah, if your channel's branded, you can't get membership gifts. All right, let me remove that from the title now. What did we talk about so far? PSVR2 price cut. We talked about WB Games some more. Sometimes it's really tough because I want to come to the table with topics to talk about, but I noticed that a lot of times we just kind of flow, We just kind of flow in different directions. And so every time I go to put up a podcast or a stream, I'm like, here's what I'm going to title it. Here's what I'm going to put in the thumbnail. But we end up kind of going in different directions. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you see that the title and the thumbnail changes in the middle of the stream or after the stream, it's because I'm just trying to make it more accurately reflect what we've actually discussed over the course of the stream. I'm going to put up a poll, by the way. I would like you guys to vote on this. All right. So I'm just asking you guys to let me know if you are planning to, excuse me, if you're planning on buying Forza Horizon 5 on PS5 for $60. Notifications and announcements galore today. There is some new information on Death Stranding 2. I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. So Push Square says here Sony's updated its official PlayStation.com page. So I'm going to head over to it. And yeah, I think we're going to be hearing a lot about Death Stranding 2 at this presentation. They say here they've updated the official PlayStation.com page for Death Stranding 2 on the beach days before Hideo Kojima's panel at SXSW. While it's all very vague, the descriptions do give us some firmer details about what we can expect from the PS5 exclusive when it launches later this year. Sam, with companions by his side, sets out on a new journey to save humanity from extinction. Join them as they traverse a world beset by otherworldly enemies, obstacles, and a haunting question: should we have connected? Step by step, legendary game creator Hideo Kojima changes the world once again. Later on, the description mentions that the sequel's large open world environments will be incredibly varied and pose unique challenges to navigate. It adds that you'll have the freedom to approach each combat encounter how you please, whether that's through stealth or all-out attack. The summary continues following on from the events of Death Stranding. This new story follows Sam on a fresh journey. Expect the unexpected. Your actions can affect how other players interact with the game's world, and vice versa. Make sure you leave your mark. Elsewhere, in an FAQ at the bottom of the page, it's confirmed that there are no plans to include microtransactions in the sequel, and you do not need PlayStation Plus to engage with the asynchronous multiplayer aspects of the title. So they're dropping some story info on us here. It's interesting that you don't need PlayStation Plus. I can't remember if it was the same way for Death Stranding 1. And I actually kind of forgot about the asynchronous multiplayer, which I don't know how I forgot about it because it's such a huge part of that game. The asynchronous multiplayer in Death Stranding is truly, I would say, something that it's a game changer, dude. Like, if you're somebody who came to Death Stranding later and you have all these different things that people set up to make your journey that much easier and less cumbersome or stressful, I guess. I guess it makes sense that that's going to come back in the sequel. I wonder what you'll be able to do that you couldn't do the first time around. You bet Hideo told Sony to F off with the PlayStation Plus requirement. You think that's what it is? They made the exception? That is kind of strange in a way. Because like with Elden Ring, right? Like you need PlayStation Plus. Well, I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird because you're not really playing with other people. It's, you know what I mean? Like you're interacting with stuff that people have left for you, and you can only do that through the asynchronous multiplayer. But it's I guess I could kind of see why they would make an exception for it because it's not like traditional multiplayer. It's not like traditional co-op either. I like that idea, though. I like the premise. Should we have connected? I feel like there's going to be a lot of commentary on social media. He's not who you think he is, boys. He is wildly disliked and mistrusted in the industry. You think so? The first Death Stranding did not require PlayStation Plus either. Okay. All right, so I guess the expectation was already there then. Do you need PlayStation Plus to play Forza Horizon 5? You do. Yeah, that was confirmed. And we'll do Death Stranding 2. There we go. I want to check out this poll and see what you guys are saying. So, not a whole lot of votes, but 58% of you are not planning on buying Forza Horizon. 23% are not sure yet. Only 19% saying yes. You read a big thread on it, but people can say what they want. So, I mean, it's one of those things with Kojima where it's like, when we look at the Konami situation, I mean, in that instance, everybody was like, Konami's the bad guy. And I'm not saying they aren't, like it seems like they are, but you do have to wonder if we could get all of the details, like of everything that actually went on behind the scenes, would it be as clear cut? It's hard to say, because you're talking about details, you're talking about stuff that we're not ever going to know. Well, maybe not ever, but it's unlikely. You just realized that, Mr. B? That's funny. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Death Stranding 2 is a flying Metal Gear. You know what, though? You know what? Chris, you're getting the $100 version. So I'm assuming there's no physical copy. Let me go check Amazon. You could get a physical copy for Xbox for $103. Wow. Forza Horizon 5, PS5. I don't think there's going to be a physical copy, man. Or maybe it'll take a day or two to pop up. Because if the release date just popped up now digitally, maybe it could take a little bit. He definitely threw some voice actors under the bus for Hollywood talent. He did, yeah. The biggest thing I'll never understand with Kojima is, like, I can understand it from he's a big fan of film and the film industry aspect, but replacing David Hayter with Kiefer Sutherland, like, I get it to a degree, but man, it just, that was the one decision that Kojima made. I remember when I found that out, I was like, there's no way. I was like, he didn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Like, there's no way. And it's like, no, dude, he did that. And I'm like, that was kind of wild to me. I still think that one of the biggest, easiest wins Konami could get is when they do, Konami's going to do the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2, and they're going to have probably Metal Gear Solid 5 as part of that. Have David Hayter come in and re-record those lines. I think genuinely, like, the fans would be like, whoa, that's awesome. And you can, like, choose which voice you want to have. But that would be, I think, so good. Yeah, David Hayter, like, you could tell David Hayter was shocked. And I felt bad for him because, like, you could tell he was blindsided. And he had to try to, like, maintain his professionalism and accept it. But, like, yeah, dude, I'm not going to lie. I was I'm not even David Hayter, bro. You know, and I was just like, I was going on and on about it. I was like, I can't believe it. If I was doing YouTube at the time, I would have done a long rant video about like, Kojima, how could you do this? Because to me, I think Kiefer did a fine job, but David Hayter is Snake, dude. Like, he is Snake. Um, that's just how I see it, you know? His voice is so iconic. Kojima was trying to replace David in MGS3. Was he? I mean, yeah, if you know the plot twist, which I guess some people are kind of spoiling in the chat, it's like a 10-year-old game at this point. But if you know the plot twist, yeah, you could kind of see why it makes sense to have a new voice actor, but on the other hand, if you know the full twist, it kind of also doesn't. Yeah, that's true. It takes a lot of people to make games, not just one person. The Forza Horizon trailer's out. Physical can be from limited run. You guys are basically like my Twitter feed, essentially. Just like you guys are feeding me the information before I even see any of it. Okay, so I'm looking at the trailer now. We could bring it up. Did they post it on their YouTube channel? Yes, Forza Horizon 5, Horizon Realms trailer. Oh, there was a new Terminator game announced. Terminator 2. Oh, I'll have to check that trailer next. All right, hold on. Let me looks like we're getting some subscribers, which is good to see. I don't know if we're getting that from the stream or from the video I put out earlier. Oh, and let me update this as well so I can show you guys where we're actually at. I'm gonna update that to 150. I'm not gonna. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be playing licensed music, so I'm not going to put the sound on. I'm gonna keep it muted. Oh wait, hold on. It's all messed up. Let me fix this. Watch a couple of trailers here. This one I'm gonna keep muted. Saying Terminator Resistance, PS5 edition's $20. I heard that game's pretty good. Let me see if it's actually playing music. Tour all 12 realms, available from April 25th. So that wasn't even like a... Okay. Realms. I guess that's like the newest thing for it. I don't even understand. I don't quite understand though, like what this is. Okay. Check out the Terminator 2D.
I'll be back.
Oh. Damn. Oh, man. September 5th. Shit, dude. How you know what, though? Like, you got Sarah Connor up there. And that's Linda Hamilton. And you got, I forget the name of the actor, but you got the actor who plays the T-1000. Man, how you not going to have Arnold on here, bro? That's more like it. Day one. Let me see. So I guess that's Sarah Connor. Wait, is this a brand new game? Huh. That's John Connor. Oh, this is a scene. Oh, that's so cool. This is a scene from Terminator 2. Oh, here we go. There's Arnold. There he is. Here he is again. Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, I might have to get this game. There's naked Arnold. For anybody who's because Arnold has a super mega paycheck involved with him. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that would explain it. I guess this is at like the very beginning of the game where or the movie. You love these old retro games more than cutting edge. I haven't played a game like this in a long, long time, dude. I think I'm going to though. I think I'm going to get this one. It looks really good. September 5th. I feel like they're announcing this like way early. I feel though. I don't know. I feel like they're announcing it early. The making of Terminator 2D. Huh. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Now I gotta go see. Somebody mentioned something about a physical version of they mentioned something about a physical version of Forza Horizon 5. Somebody said, I think, limited run games. Is that confirmed, or are we just speculating that? Are we just assuming? Yeah, that Terminator game looks like it's going to have a physical version. See, that's what's kind of disturbing to me is like you get a game like this, like Terminator 2D, No Fate, and it's just going to get a physical version, it seems. But when it comes to, a AAA game like Forza, it's like we have to question if it's going to get a physical version. We also have details, by the way, on the PS5 Pro enhancements for Forza Horizon 5. So let me see if I could get those details for you. Like a whole new blog post. Pre-order Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation 5 today. Pre-order today and get early access. Forza Horizon 5 is now available for pre-order ahead of its PS5 release on April 29th. Visit the PlayStation Store to pre-purchase one of Forza Horizon 5's different editions. Standard Edition comes with the complete base game and its free content and features like Horizon Realms. Get access to an extra 42 cars added with the car pass by purchasing the deluxe edition for Forza Horizon 5. And then they have the premium edition, like we said, which has everything. Okay, hold on. And there will be crossplay. Forza Horizon 5 on PS5 features 2 rendering modes to choose from. Performance at 60 frames per second and quality at 30 frames per second. On the PS5 Pro, the performance mode receives increased visual fidelity, while quality mode adds ray-traced car reflections to races and free roam. So there you go. They nothing about a physical version though, dude. I just came across a post from somebody. Tomorrow will be perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And it's a picture of God of War Ragnarok and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for Xbox. Who's going to tell him, bro? Who's going to tell him? Sounds like those MTX are back on the menu, boys. They didn't say anything about 120 hertz mode. Nothing so far. Indiana Jones is targeting an April release. So Forza Horizon 5 now has the best console version on PS5 Pro. Yeah, it seems that's how it's going to be. And this is what I mean, man. This is what I mean about the situation with Xbox players specifically, where it's like imagine, I don't know. I guess, you know, they could say, well, we've had access to it for years, and that's fine, but it's just weird, man. It's just weird. The whole situation is weird. But all right, let me repost this. Wow, dude. So for that Terminator game, physical pre-orders are live for Terminator 2D No Fate. Check out Day 1 Edition, Collector's Edition, Online Exclusive. They have a bunch of different editions, dude. They're going all out. Damn. But yeah, it's just so weird to me that, like, if you're an Xbox player, you know, you're sitting here watching Forza Horizon 5 not only be announced for PlayStation 5, but now there's a whole blog post talking about the PS5 Pro enhancements. And it's like, this is from the same company that, you know, really tried to sell the power factor. I get that things change, but still, man, such a weird turn of events. Like, I'll put it to you this way. Back in 2020, when the Xbox Series X first came out, one of the biggest talking points was the 12 teraflops of compute power. It's the world's most powerful console. It's more powerful than the PS5. To go from that within a matter of like 4 years to we're bringing Forza, like our game is going to be PS5 Pro enhanced. I mean, it's like, what the fuck happened? Like could you imagine if you slipped into a coma, like shortly after these new consoles, the current gen consoles launched, and then you woke up today? Be like, bro, how long have I been out? 4 years. Why do you guys care? Literally, the majority of you said you're not buying Forza. I don't know that people really care that much. As much as it's just fascinating, man. It's a fascinating observation where it's like, all right, well, what a twist of events. Plot twist, you know? Poopy Snoopy, you're saying anybody who really cares about power, buy a PC. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know that I fully agree with that. I do think that people who care about power have a tendency to go to PC, which makes sense because you have the ability to pick and choose and customize. But I think the PS5 Pro, I don't know, man. By the time this generation is done, I think it's going to be clear that there's a place for this console. There's a place for it. You know, there's a market for it. Jonathan, you're saying MBG, you are such a toxic fanboy. Explain further, Jonathan. I demand you explain. If you're going to drop something like that in the chat, you got to back it up. Tell me why I'm such a toxic fanboy. Poopy Snoopy, you're saying nobody's buying a 5-year-old game. Microsoft seems to think people are going to be spending $100 to access that 5-year-old game 4 days early. I think some people will. Dude. $450 graphics card. People forget that streams and chats do not reflect the majority of the buying public. It's a distorted lens to perceive the market through. I think Forza's probably going to do okay. I think it's going to do okay on PlayStation. I think it's something like Halo or Gears that's really going to, I think that's where Microsoft's going to get the big pop. You know? I think Forza will do well enough. That 5-year-old game is popular. I mean, I know somebody who still plays it, yeah. Tom Warner saying Indiana is aiming for an April release too. Oh, shit. Damn, dude. Microsoft's going to be dropping 2 of their games in April? That's true. You're saying look at Sea of Thieves, an almost 8-year-old game, and they bought that game like crazy. That is true. Yeah. I don't know. I think we'll know when we get like the NPD report, you know? We'll see how it charts. I think it'll do just fine. Because like the important thing to remember is that with something like Forza Horizon 5, it is costing Microsoft money to port it. They had to hire a separate studio to port it over to PS5, but I think it makes sense because it's like, yeah, the Forza brand is relatively popular. I think it's relatively popular, so I would expect it'll do pretty well overall. I don't see any reason to believe it won't make Microsoft some money. That's the whole point, you know? Is it going to make them money? Yeah, probably. The real question is how many people are buying that $100 version, the premium edition? That's where the money's really going to be made. Didn't they say April for Indiana last year? They said, as far as I'm aware, they said spring. They said they were targeting spring. Jonathan, you're saying, MBG, you make fun of Xbox about games going to PlayStation, yet us PC gamers can say the same about PlayStation games coming to PC. I mean, I'm not making fun of Xbox players, dude. Nothing I said was making fun of them. I'm saying it's weird. Like, it's weird that I think it's weird that Microsoft is turning to Xbox players and saying, you know, rather than make like a mid-gen console or a more powerful Xbox, we're actually gonna take this game, put it on PlayStation, and enhance it for for what was supposed to be the competition's premium console, more powerful console. You know, I just think that's weird. I don't think it's necessarily. It doesn't have to be a problem, you know. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I was an Xbox player who bought into Microsoft's messaging with the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X, I would feel like this is kind of shitty in a way, where it's like, damn, dude. Like, Microsoft, I thought you were all about this, but they've changed, man. You know, the entire picture has changed. And when it comes to PC players, you know, getting PlayStation games, again, man, like, yeah, I've said numerous times, and this is why I appreciate you explaining, but it just goes to show, like, I just can't help but wonder, how much of my streams have you actually listened to, or how much of my content have you actually listened to? Because I've said numerous times, like many times, in fact, that, yeah, all PlayStation games, unless Sony makes some big change, which I don't think they are, and as of right now, it doesn't seem like they have, unless they make some big change, all PlayStation games are eventually going to end up on PC. So if you're a PC player and you want PlayStation games, all you have to do is wait. You still have to wait, you know what I mean? Like, that is a whole process you have to go through. But yeah, man, I get it. Like, and to be clear, I see plenty of PC players making fun of PlayStation fans constantly, at least on my timeline. Maybe my timeline's warped, but I absolutely see that. Sean, you're saying, I'm looking on Amazon MBG and seeing a physical deluxe edition that looks like it comes with a lot of physical extras. Have you seen this? Is it legit? And are you getting it? And you're laughing. Sean, are you referring to Forza Horizon 5 or the Terminator game? Because if you're referring to the Terminator game, that is legitimate. I saw that, yeah. And I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it, because I don't know what the pricing is on it, but yeah, there was a lot that they were offering with it. If you're talking about Forza, I haven't seen anything. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything happening with a physical version of Forza 5. Poopy Sumo, you're saying Microsoft will have AI porting their games soon. Yeah, probably. There you go. Oh, you're talking about Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Oh. I haven't seen this. Let me see. Oh shit. Are you the I'm looking at the European version, Metal Gear Solid Delta Collector's Edition European version. There's only one offer. $600. And it has a bust of Snake. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That's the only one that's popping up for me. Poopy Snoopy, you're saying here, dude, we've known about this for over a year. Now it's weird. Full slate is coming. How many times are we going to have shock face? As many times as I need it to be, damn it. As many times as I got to look like this in the thumbnail. Oh my God. They're coming. The Xbox games are coming. Now, listen, there are two more things have to happen, Poopy Snoopy. Two more things have to happen. Number one, We just need Halo and Gears announced. Number 2, we need a new release such as Fable or like Gears of War E-Day, a new game. We need the first new game drop from Microsoft, like a bigger one, to be day one on PS5. When those two things happen, the conversation is over. I mean that. Like at that point, it'll just be like, you know, that's when talking about Microsoft Studios turns into talking about EA or whatever, you know, like, no, and I understand, like, we will still cover announcements that Microsoft makes. Like, I would count Doom, but I'm talking something that everybody believed at you know, one point was supposed to be Xbox only. Doom, I think some people believed it was always going to be PS5. So it's got to be something like Gears of War E-Day or Fable. I mean, The Outer Worlds is coming to PS5 as well, but you get what I'm saying. Like, just that that'll be the final announcement that everybody's just like, oh, all right, well, there we go. Like if Forza Horizon 6 is announced this year or something, it's like it's coming to PS5 day one, then there we go. You know, the conversation will be over. The conversation will be over. Then you won't stop yapping. Well, it depends, man. Like, well, hey, listen up. I want the record to show that I did not start talking about Xbox today. Okay? It wasn't even in my title or thumbnail. You guys came in here and let me know, like, hey, here's the news for Forza. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. It's not like it was on the docket. And that's fine. You know, like, it's fine. People are going to be curious. How much is the game going to be? When's it coming out? Is it pro enhanced? I don't mind covering it. But yeah, I do agree that the conversation will linger throughout the year. It will. But like I said, when those two things happen, it's not going to be news anymore. It will be news. I'll put it this way. It will be news. It won't be shocking news or surprising news or maybe even big news. It'll just be news. And that's fine. Microsoft's they're going to port Crackdown 3 just for me. Sean Mitchell with another super chat. Thank you, Sean. Saying UK Amazon has a physical deluxe edition of Snake Eater. Looks like it comes with a book and a Fox badge and other stuff. £89, same prices as Marketplace Deluxe Edition. So MGS Delta, you said it's a physical deluxe. Deluxe. Let me type in deluxe, see what comes up. I'm just gonna have to Google it. I don't know if this is real, dude. Because I can't find it anywhere. Oh, I see it. I see it now. I think this is real. Yeah, I see it on Play Asia for $114. It's not letting me click on it though. Oh, yeah, there it is. PS5 version, physical deluxe. I see the Fox patch, the exclamation point. Okay. Yeah, so that's legit. It's the first time I think that's the first time I'm seeing that though. I don't think I saw that previously. You just wish my streams were more about games and playing them instead of these console and platform wars. Well, I mean, I have to admit, I know you call them like console and platform wars, but I don't know. I guess I don't always view it that way. I think the conversation around the platforms and the, if not competition, but just the inner workings of each of these platforms and how they interact with one another, I think it tends to become toxic. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about that. What was the Death Stranding 2 news? We did cover it. It was pretty brief, but basically they released a better story synopsis, I guess, or plot for the game to kind of set it up, which I think means we're going to get a lot of new info soon. You want to get back to MBG, who talks about his gaming experiences more? Yeah, you're right. No, you guys aren't wrong. I've been, I think, very news focused, very reactionary, which is fine, in bursts. But yeah, well, I'm thinking about playing Monster Hunter. I'm thinking about it. I'm still, dude. I'm so intimidated by it. Still, I'm afraid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm afraid. But it's funny because I played it before. Like you would think I would. It's so weird because I shouldn't be afraid of this game, and yet I am. It's got me shaking, bro. Poopy Snoopy, and you also said, but we know everything is coming in day and date. Yeah, and that's what makes it weird, right? What makes it weird is, like, we do know that, but it's not going to stop it from being treated as major news when it happens. You know, like, for example, whenever we get the release date for Fable or Gears of War E-Day and we find out, like, and it's releasing on PS5, people are going to treat that like, holy shit, look at this. And it's like, I understand. People are going to want to run their laps while they have the excuse to run the laps. And who knows, maybe I even will, depending on how big of a deal people make about it. But we're going to be sitting here and it's like we knew, you know, like we knew, like it feels like we knew this for like maybe the last year or something, or 7 months or 8 months. So I get it. I definitely get where you guys are coming from. It is one of these things where it's just, it feels like we're giving special treatment to Xbox games because they're Xbox games, you know, not because of the games themselves. Like, for example, if you think about it, what's happening with Forza Horizon 5, remove the fact that it's an Xbox game. Then it's just a really good racing game is finally just releasing on PS5. But the reality is you could have played this game for the last like 4 years. So there is this kind of nature surrounding Xbox right now. It appeals to that, like, holy shit, this was never supposed to happen. So therefore it's a bigger deal than any other game we're hearing about. And yeah, like again, it's like when Halo is announced for PlayStation, it's like you could play the Master Chief Collection this whole time. You could play it right now. You can go play the Master Chief Collection right now. But once it is announced for PS5, it's just, I think Microsoft is betting on that. Like, if you think about it, it's free, easy marketing. And I'm not blaming them, because no, dude, do that. Like, if I was Microsoft, I would be hoping, like, come on, guys, talk about it, right? Like, talk about it. You want to talk about it, right? This is a big deal, right? Like, make sure you keep talking about it because it's free marketing. But at the end of the day, I think it's the newer games that are going to ultimately demand, and they should demand, more of the conversation. Like, for for example, when Gears of War E-Day does come out, if that is a day one PS5 game, like, yeah, I'm going to play that. And it'll be worth talking about. But we're going to have to remove a big part of the conversation. Like, we can't ignore it. We can't ignore the fact that this is Gears, but it's like we have to talk about it, or I have to talk about it the same way I would Monster Hunter. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't really give it. I think it skews the conversation if you give it the special treatment of, it was supposed to be an Xbox exclusive. If anything, it removes that whole, the whole notion around people giving special treatment to exclusive games because they're exclusive and not for any other reason. Let me catch up with these super chats. Poopy Snooper, you're saying hopefully Microsoft never do well with any day and date releases. If they do well releasing on Switch 2, PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, Sony might start with PC day and date then. Well, there are definitely people banking on that, Poopy Snoopy. I mean, like I said, we're in this period of time where people are hedging their bets. What are they going to do? What's Sony going to do? And there are a lot of people who believe that Sony's going to watch Microsoft find huge success with some or maybe many of their games on PlayStation. And not just PlayStation, but on Switch too, on top of Xbox and PC. And there are people that believe exactly what you're saying, that once Sony sees that, they're going to be like, should we do that too? It seems like they're making a lot of money. But that's where it's less about Sony, more about the shareholders. The real question is, what are the shareholders going to think? Because keep in mind, a lot of what Sony did with the live service push was for the shareholders. It's not that Sony doesn't make their own decisions. They do at the end of the day. The shareholders don't control everything, but the shareholders are hugely influential. And so it really comes down to seeing how well these games actually do on Switch 2 and PS5 for Microsoft. And we're just going to have to see if they end up leapfrogging Sony in revenue. Because, I'm just putting this out here, like, Sony still makes more money than Xbox, even with all of this. Could that change after they start releasing their games on PlayStation and Switch? Yeah, it could. Especially if you put like something like Call of Duty on Switch. It could absolutely change. But right now, I think Sony's just in a position where they're like, we're still making more money and we're doing good. It's not even the money. Let me clarify this. It's not even the revenue. It's the profit margins, dude. It's the profit margins that I think, if anything, might end up catching Sony's attention. It might be that. We're talking about Hiroki Totoki in charge now, bro. Hiroki profit-driven Totoki. He's gonna be keeping his eye on it. Titus Crow, you're saying, dude, why lay into the little Xbox bros? Those boys have been beaten from pillar to post. No need to keep stomping a dead body. That's just as harsh. God damn, Titus. Yeah, I get it. Dude, my truest feelings on it, and they are not working for me, bro. My honest to God feelings on the situation are not good. Like, I think they're good, but they're not working for me. Where it's like, I know a lot of you guys here get it, but the more popular thing to do and the more entertaining thing to do is to like, yeah, dude, let's like to do exactly what you're saying. Keep feeding the cycle and the back and forth. But my honest to God feelings on it are like, dude, I don't think anybody's losing, man. I think that everything that's happening is fine. I do see people ask the question sometimes, like, why doesn't anybody seem to care that Xbox is kind of giving up on the console market? Why is anybody like afraid of like the potential consequences? And I think it's because it's just, in the end, the way people I think view it is just like, hey man, it's just another reason to just go play where you want for your own reasons. And I understand that makes for a less interesting conversation, and it doesn't feed into the the cycles that are seemingly necessary for some people to sustain their conversations. And I give into it too sometimes, and I'm aware of that. But as time goes on, it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, what is there left to say about it? And this is why, this is why I think when we look at something today where it's like, oh, Forza Horizon 5 is PS5 Pro enhanced, it's like, yeah, it's worth talking about. Or it's worth reporting on, because it's like, just so you know, if you're planning on buying this, it's going to be Pro enhanced. But it's like, yeah, I don't really know. Like, it is, I guess it's just because sometimes I do find myself living in the past. Not living, but like remembering very deeply, intently remembering. Like, I remember I remember so clearly, like, some of the nonsense that occurred in like 2019 and 2020 and 2021. And I know that it doesn't matter now, right? Like, that's just the way these things work. Like, hey man, that was 2020. That was 2021. Like, that's the past. That doesn't matter. Like, people will only hold on to the past when it's convenient for them to do so, and let go of it when it's convenient for them to do so. And I just think ultimately, no, it really doesn't matter. Like, things change, things happen. PlayStation isn't the same as they were in 2019, nor is Microsoft. The entire industry is different in some ways. So we have Poopy Snoopy saying new Monster Hunter has been made too easy, hard pass. See that, I need to know what they mean when they say easy, because like, if do they mean more approachable? Like easier, excuse me, easier to pick up and play? Or do they mean literally easy as in like, it's just a breeze? Because I told you, I played Monster Hunter World and it was not very approachable. Like, it takes you got to really dedicate yourself to it to figure out what the F you're doing. And it didn't feel hard. Like, the difficulty felt like it was in learning how everything works and what the hell I'm supposed to be doing in what order, like prepping for a hunt and what weapons, how to use like the weapons is like about timing more than anything. So I'm not sure what they mean when they say easy, because I can see why people are annoyed if it's like, it's literally just like a breeze. That's cap. Monster Hunter's all about the end game. No one is in the end game. I mean, yeah, I do remember that basically once I reached the end game in Monster Hunter Worlds, it was challenging for a little bit, and then I like kind of you get used to it, you get adjusted to it, and that it's kind of like the peak of the challenge, I guess. I don't know. No, Adamfall, I don't think I have any interest in, but I haven't looked too deeply into it. I've been hearing a little bit about it. Okay, you're saying, why would anyone let themselves get upset about video games? Yeah, I I've been there, bro. I've allowed myself to get upset about video games. Crackdown 3, No, I get what you're saying though. It's like, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself why you're engaged with video games. And I'm going to be honest, man, like, I don't think anybody goes into video games saying, I hope this upsets me and I feel bad about it. Like, I want to feel bad. I mean, it's just, I don't think that's what people are doing. At least not consciously. Maybe there's like some kind of subconscious thing going on. It's like they actually do want to feel bad. Maybe that explains, Soulsborne players. I don't know. I think people look for a challenge. I think that's what people look for. And I think, if you look at video games Video games are meant to be a challenge to a degree, but I think the problem is that when you divert from the games themselves and you start to engage in conversations and discussions, that mentality I think can sometimes evolve into something not only toxic but just unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to challenge your own preconceived notions on things or even your convicted stances on things sometimes, but the way, the intensity at which people go about doing it is what baffles me. Now, granted, it's like a black hole. It's got that gravitational pull, you know what I mean? Where it's like once you get too close, you're gonna start to feel it's pulling you. And I noticed that where it's like, yeah, man, I do see some good conversations and I see some interesting conversations, but then I see these really bizarre ones. And I think it's just, I can tell like they have that kind of gravitational pull where when I look around and I see, why is the cycle of toxicity seemingly growing? And that's why. It's because people just kind of are, it has that pull, man. It speaks to that just natural inclination that people have of like drama. Drama. I need the drama. I need the insanity. But yeah, man, video games should make you feel some type of positive feeling, not a bad feeling. Poopy Snoopy, you're saying don't play trash games just because now that they're on PlayStation. I've never thought Forza Horizon was trash. To be clear, I've always enjoyed the Forza Horizon games, and I think that they were the best Xbox games. But yeah, I didn't play Sea of Thieves, and I'm not saying Sea of Thieves is trash. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like just because it came to PlayStation, I wasn't suddenly interested in it. Same thing with like Pentiment and whatever, and I only tried Grounded because Microsoft gave me a code to try it, and I really didn't like. I was like, yeah, I'm not into this, bro. I knew I wasn't going to be, but I get what you're saying. It's like I think it's okay, to be honest. Like, I think people who have the mentality of if you hated this game because it was exclusive to Microsoft and it didn't come to PlayStation, but now that it's coming to PlayStation, you're willing to try it. I don't think people should be harsh on those players because that's what Microsoft wants, dude. Like, like Microsoft doesn't care if you hated their games up until the point that they're on your platform. In fact, they're kind of hoping that by them being like, listen, we're just gonna leave it here for you. All right, man. We're just gonna put it here. We don't care what you had to say about it before. We're just gonna put it there. We hope you enjoy. Microsoft wants that. And I think that Xbox players, I don't know that they necessarily want it, but I can only speak anecdotally here where I have a friend who has played Forza Horizon 5 on Game Pass for the past 4 years, and he straight up says he's excited about more people, like, rejuvenating the game, like, essentially, new people coming in, playing it. And I think that's probably the best attitude to have, truthfully, where it's like, yeah, man, who wouldn't want that for a game they enjoy, truthfully? But I get it, there's something. It would be like if I sat here and completely shat on Forza Horizon for the last 4 years, like that game is trash, nobody wants that, overrated, garbage. And then as soon as it comes out on PS5, it's like, I can't wait, bro. You know what I mean? Like that to me, yeah, that's too disingenuous. That's nonsense. Beast Mode says, Kumbaya, Jonathan, just let people have their opinions as long as they're not toxic trolls. Why all of a sudden is it bad to root for a platform or company that makes you happy? We do it for sports. Yeah, I don't like that aspect of what's going on. Gaming Survivor, I just read what you said. I'm mentally prepared now. I don't like that aspect. I don't. I don't like that suddenly the conversation can only be one way now. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, you can't root for a platform. You can't be happy to see. Like I have these conversations and sometimes they do turn into arguments and I just have to end it, where it's like people constantly, not constantly, but I run into people who question where it's like, why do you care? And it's like, because I'm allowed to, and I do, and I don't have to explain that to anybody. Let alone some random stranger on the internet. Like, why do you care about how many units the PS5 sold? Like, why do I need to explain that to you? And I get that people like want to judge that, but it's like, if I do have to explain it, it's a very simple explanation. It's because I'm just curious to know the health of this platform that I feel I'm very heavily invested in. I mean, for God's sakes, man, like Phil Spencer during an Xbox podcast, I think he actually put it pretty well. And this was like the one thing he said, and I'm like, that's a really good way to put it, actually. And I think the best way you can convey it to your audience or your customers. And he was like, we're thinking about the overall health of the Xbox brand and the Xbox platform. And he couldn't word it in a more negative way because it would just sound too bad. But he's basically trying to say, like, we're trying to make sure Xbox doesn't die. Like we got to do what we got to do. And, that's the way he worded it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Bill Spencer's literally turning to the Xbox audience and saying, like, if you're wondering why any of these things are happening, it's because of the overall health of the brand. And it just goes to show that it's like it's literal proof. Like what's happening with Xbox is literal proof that, like, if you're somebody who is passionate about a certain experience, like in this case, the Xbox console experience, it actually was kind of worthwhile to pay attention to what's going on with the sales, because what ends up happening is the sales drop too low. They can't pick it back up. They end up having to buy publishers for their subscription service to try to make up for that. And then before you know it, they have to explain to you, like, well, we're still going to support the console and we're still going to make another console. But yeah, we have to do this now. And that's why I pay so close attention to this stuff, because it's like, I just find myself very curious. Not because the truth is, like, yeah, I would prefer these brands do what is best for them. Like, do what you think is best for the long-term health of the brand, so that way it can stay in a good place. And at the end of the day, we can get games, right? Like, that's what it boils down to. But yeah, I am somebody who plays on console, and at a time when we're encountering seemingly so much friction where it's like the console's dying, the console's on its way out, the console's becoming niche, times are changing. Like, yeah, I'm going to be paying very close attention to, like, well, where does the truth lie? Right now, it lies in the data, in the numbers. Where's it going to be 6 months from now? 6 years from now? We don't know. But I'll be paying attention because I want to know, like, what's going on. I just think that, again, people I think have become too used to twisting things and using things. I'm going to put it out here. Here's what I'm going to say. All right. People on the internet have gotten too used to weaponizing everything for their own gain. That's it. That's the problem with the internet. And what should just be normal conversations, what should just be reasonable conversations. And maybe there can be a sprinkle of drama here and there, but it doesn't ever have to go too far because it's not that serious at the end of the day. There are too many people who realize that they can exploit it and they ruin it. They really do. And I can say this definitively because I have gotten so tangled up in it that I realize like I just can't be a part of it anymore. Like it's gotten so fucked up that like I don't want to engage in any of those conversations with people because there are definitely individuals out there, and I do encounter them, that can have those reasonable conversations, those reasonable talks where it's not black and white and everything's drama and everything's being weaponized constantly. And it's all about just, again, moving the goalposts and dunking on one another. But too many people these days, it is exactly about that. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not even going to entertain it, you know? Like, why bother? Nobbins, you're saying, I say wait for Forza to hit PlayStation Plus, just like them. Man, that's gonna, yeah, I do wonder if that's something that Microsoft is going to pursue in the future, right? Like once the sales kind of dry up, if they're going to be like, so Sony, you want to pay to get this in PlayStation Plus? We should just wait it out. As long as no lines are crossed, bro, I don't see the problem. It's when lines are crossed that it becomes annoying and it's not needed. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? It depends on who you ask. Like everybody has different lines, right? For me, it's when the conversation turns more into shitting on a person and not when the critique turns more into I'm critiquing you as a person and not so much what you're saying about the topic. That to me is a line that is crossed constantly. I mean, constantly, dude, where it's like, I see, like, that's the thing that has actually made me be like, yeah, I'm done. Like, because that happens way too frequently. And the worst part about it is it devolves into like, it's like if you were trying to watch like a debate or something, but then 20 minutes into it, the two dudes are just swinging at each other and calling each other insults. You know, it's like, okay, I think we missed the point here completely. All right, let's see. Vanino, you're saying it's crazy Sony is allowing games like Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation. I think this game will make a huge dent on the GT7 player base on an era where platforms are fighting for MAU. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I mean, this is where the competition could kind of evolve in some way, where, yeah, Sony wants to keep as many people playing GT7 and engaged with GT7 as possible. They do treat and see GT7 as a live service game, and they do absolutely care about monthly active users. The only thing that makes me hesitate with this, though, is that what I understand, GT7 and Forza Horizon are very different racing games. Forza Horizon is very much an arcade racer, to whereas GT7 is very much a racing simulator. And Forza actually does have their own version of, I guess you could say, direct competitor to GT, which is the Forza Motorsport games. But the last Forza Motorsport, I think, really was not very good and had a lot of problems. And GT7, I think, was the clear winner between the two. So this is actually one of these areas where it's like, yeah, it probably will move some people over, but I don't know that these two games are what we would consider direct competitors. Maybe indirectly they're competing, but it's kind of like when I think about another, like a future live service game from Microsoft releasing, I mean, what would be, so if Forza Horizon is going to kind of be treated like a live service game, what's the next game that Microsoft would release on PlayStation that could be considered a live service game? I'm not really sure which game it would be. I keep thinking like Gears of War E-Day, but I'm not sure when that's coming out. And I just think like what game that Sony has. Like, let me make it simpler. Sony has Helldivers 2. And to Sony, that's like their live service game right now, like the main one, right? Where it's like we want to try to keep as many people playing Helldivers 2 as possible. What game could Microsoft release on PlayStation and on PC that feels like it could steal players away from Helldivers 2? I'm not really sure. I don't think there is one. You know, I don't think that exists. And so right now, I don't know that I see a direct line of competition between the games, specifically the live service games or the multiplayer games. I don't see a direct line of competition between Sony and Microsoft because Sony has Helldivers, MLB, and GT7. They have Marathon coming up, Fair Games, and Horizon multiplayer. If anything, the game that Capcom just released, Monster Hunter Wilds, if anything, that is a direct line of competition to the upcoming Horizon live service game, because the rumor is that the Horizon live service game is going to be Monster Hunter inspired or very much like that. So it's like maybe that is a direct line of competition through the games themselves, where it's like we're fighting for users, we're fighting for players here. When it comes to what I see in the pipeline for Microsoft, I think, to be honest, more than anything, Microsoft is just trying to get that money from PlayStation players who like single player games. That's what I mean. Right now, that's kind of what I see, right? Like we have Hellblade apparently is coming, Indiana Jones is coming, and Forza is a multiplayer game, but you know, just you got Doom. Like I feel like these games are like, yeah, these are single player games that are not meant to keep your attention forever, but there's money to be made there. You know, there's money to be made there. We have Titus Crow. He says, Xbox, Joel in the golf club. Don't hit me no more, pa. Sorry, I was just having some flashbacks. Titus, why you gotta do that to me, bro? Boss is coming to comfort me. He knows. He's like, I'm sorry, bro. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Chill, boss. Rip Joel. Hold on. It looks like you guys are fighting with Xbox's king again. It's an honest conversation to have. The beast mode. It's just people don't want to have the conversation. What conversation? Boss, for the love of God, can you stop biting that, man? You're gonna break it, and you're gonna get hurt. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. It looks like you're asking about the console. Like, why would Microsoft make another console? You get Xbox is king. You're saying I get all of these games for dirt cheap on Game Pass, and yet you guys sit around waiting, wondering when they're coming, and then you got to pay full price. Make that make sense to me. Well, the simplest way I could put this, Xbox is king, is while you are getting those games for You say dirt cheap on Game Pass, assuming you're subscribed for $20 a month. You're paying $240 a year, right? So that's like what? The price of like 3.5 AAA games, I guess. Don't misplace your Joel trauma on something in the chat, bro. Xbox is king. You're going to feel it now, bro. You're going to get it now. You've awakened the beast. I see red. I see red. And you're saying $20, I got hundreds of games. With that $20, I'm getting day one games. Well, how many? Well, let me ask you, how many games a month are you playing? Because I'm not trying to. I feel the need to ask this because, I mean, I believe you, I guess. Like, if you're telling me you feel you're, like, I'll put it to you this way, Xbox is king. If you feel you're getting the better deal by paying $240 a year for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, then I'm not here to tell you you're not. All I am here to tell you is that while we sit here and question, when is Gears going to come to PlayStation? When is Halo coming to PlayStation? What about Gears of War E-Day? Is that going to be a day one drop? What about Fable? We're also talking about, oh yeah. Anyway, Death Stranding, that's coming out. Ghost of Yotei. All, third-party games like Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm just trying to point out here, man, that, like, if you're playing on PlayStation, yes, you will have to pay full price for these games that Microsoft releases. But chances are not every PlayStation player is going to buy these games. In fact, it would be very bad. It would be very bad for Microsoft if these games were to fail to sell, because Microsoft needs to make money on them too. You're saying, but we're not talking about Sony games, we're just talking about Xbox games. We were talking about Death Stranding earlier. We talked all about Ghost of Yotei yesterday. We're not just talking about Xbox games, dude. I mean, I get it. I know that there are people who have they've gaslit themselves into thinking that all we talk about is Xbox, and that's not true. The truth is they tune out when we're not talking about Xbox, because it turns out like they want us to talk about Xbox, And I get it. That's fine. But the reality to me is simple. It's right in front of us, and it's simple. If you are a PlayStation player, you're not losing anything. You're not losing anything. If you're an Xbox player that is content and you're happy on Xbox with everything that's going on right now, you're also not losing anything. You're fine. I know. Okay. I know. I'm just trying to incorporate some logic here, man. It's like when somebody said to me earlier, they're like, bro, I don't get it. I'm on PC and PlayStation, and PlayStation players are acting like they're getting everything, but I'm getting all the PlayStation games. And it's like, yeah, I mean, cool, man. Like, you gotta wait, and I get that. Maybe you could say maybe some PlayStation fans are doing that too currently with some Xbox games, but I don't know, dude. I just think it's like I can't identify the problem here, is what I'm trying to say. Like, that's all I'm trying to say, is I can't identify the problem, because I feel as though it's just like, I'll pitch this question to you, Xbox's king. What is it that you think PlayStation players should be doing right now? When we just got the news, Forza Horizon 5's release date, PS5 Pro enhancement, and the different editions as well as realms that they just announced. This was literally just announced an hour ago. What do you think PlayStation players should be talking about right now? Like I'm asking that question earnestly. The problem is the Last of Us trauma. Hold on, I'm just waiting for a response. You're saying talk about your own games. Bro. All right. Oh. Okay. Hold on, let me go get my golf club. You're saying, I mean, you guys didn't, hold on. You're saying you guys didn't care about these games enough to get an Xbox, but now you care enough to buy them on PlayStation. Think, I need you to think about what you just said. Think about it. Just think about it. Think about it for like a minute. And I think you'll realize how you just answered your own question. You know? All right. All right. Where am I? Poopy Snoopy. You're saying was explaining to people at work who are not constantly online about the war. They laughed at me and wondered why we sucking the blank of corporations. They don't know about the war, bro. There is no war, man. Well, it depends. Like, I guess it depends on like where you're existing on the internet. But yeah, dude. What's funny to me is like I see some of the insanity on like Twitter and stuff, and you know what I think to myself sometimes? I'm like, dude, what do you do when you're logged off? And it's funny to imagine like most of these people when they log off, it's like, dude, they're not even like you would never know. You know what I mean? Like you would just if you met them in person or whatever, you would never know that like, bro, this guy's a maniac. This guy's a psycho online, bro. You should see some of the stuff he says. All your games belong to us, Xbox is king. Saying that's what it feels like to me on YouTube. Everybody's so concerned about how much money these corporations make. Like, why do we care? Well, I just think it's a maturation process, dude. You know? It's kind of like, it's like when people say, like, I don't care about politics. It's like, yeah, I never cared about politics either until one day I grew up and realized, holy shit, all of this affects my everyday life. Like, literally. Like, the things that are happening around me that I have to deal with, that's where it comes from. I should maybe try to pay a little bit more attention to know what the fuck's going on. You don't have to. You don't have to, but I'm saying it's a maturation process that I think people just go through where it's like the longer you're around something, you know, especially if it's something you're willingly choosing to be around, naturally you're going to start to learn more about it. You're going to get deeper into it and you're going to start to become curious about, well, you know, like, trust me, I wish I could be the same way I was when I was like 10 years old playing games. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think about any of this. I didn't know about it. I didn't know anything about the business side of the games industry. And it was a simpler time, but I'm not 10 years old anymore. You know, like, I'm a grown adult and I've learned a lot more since then. And gaming is something that I think for a lot of people is kind of a phase. And if it's not a phase, it's something that they just kind of interact with very casually and occasionally. For me, gaming was never that. So I was always destined to go down this path of like, I want to know more about this. And yeah, there is a darker side to it. Saying this is just gaming. I mean, yeah, but dude, like, it's like if you're somebody who's really passionate about films, you know, or just cinema in general, like you want to enjoy just the act of, you know, watching and engaging with the film and the movies, but you're definitely like, I don't know, man, people who care about it, like they're going to want to know more. What's going on behind the scenes? You know, what's going on with the business of this? Like, you know, where are all the pieces on the board and why are they there? You know, like I think that these are just natural things that people gravitate towards, dude. And I think my question at this point is starting to become, why, you know, like, why are other people worried about what other people care about? You know, that's a question that I'm starting to ask, where it's like somebody wants to ask me, like, well, why do you care about how much money corporations make? My question is, why do you care why I care? You know, if anything, it almost seems like when you ask that question, it almost seems like maybe it's because you want to care too, or you want to be you want something to be revealed to you that makes you realize that, oh, that actually makes sense. So this is why some people care. Huh? I never got it. You know, I never understood this before. Because I was like that too. Like, genuinely, that's like how I kind of got introduced to this. The way I ended up getting introduced to this deeper conversation and discussion about gaming was I would come across YouTube videos and streams and people who were talking about stuff that I just found fascinating. I'm like, I had no idea. I didn't know any of this. And it's not even like, hold on. Yeah, I think Microsoft just sent out their people to my home, bro. But yeah, man, that's really all I'm just trying to say is that I think anybody who is in this space has a natural inclination towards wanting to understand these things on a deeper level. And it's different because, like, some people, they do come in and they're like, I want you to talk deeper about video games. And it's like, I do that sometimes. I probably don't do it as much as I should, truthfully. And I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get back to that as well. Because I think that's it just coming out in its purest form of like just getting so deep into a game and its systems and its mechanics, getting lost in it, and understanding that game on a deeper level. I guess it's just as I've gotten older, I just come to realize that, like, I find the industry itself so genuinely fascinating, you know? But, guys, is Age of Mythology a Microsoft game? I think it is, right? Was that one of the games that was announced? It is? Okay. Okay. I was very confused for a moment there. And it's okay. That's the one that just got announced coming to PlayStation. Gotcha. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember I was like streaming and we heard about that. Gamers forget that they don't have to limit themselves. They can sub to Game Pass, buy games on PlayStation, and enjoy Steam sales. 9. It must be one way or the other. 999. How is that game? The 2 Age of Empire game. What type of game is that? Because I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's basically Age of Empires with mythical creatures. I've never played. Uh-oh, MBG screaming 9 on his stream again. Is it RTS? Is that what it is? Oh, yeah, I don't. Real-time strategy. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I think you need a minute of Last of Us reflection before we move on. You used to be an Xbox guy, but you don't know about Age of Empires. I never played it, dude. I can tell you right now that is not a reason I owned an Xbox. And no offense to the games. I literally don't know anything about them. I know that I don't really play RTSs, though. I do remember when Microsoft announced like Halo Wars. Or Halo Wars 2, I think. All right, let me see. Poopy Snoopy, you're saying Microsoft will get licensing much easier now for cars and tracks in Horizon with the player base they have access to now being on everything. Yeah, that's probably a good point, dude. I mean, I have to imagine Forza Horizon 6 is going to be announced this year, right? And like this is the perfect setup for it. And I'm more interested in Forza Horizon 6 now because I don't know, dude. I want to like there have been rumors they're going to go to Japan or whatever. All right, Gaming Survivor. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping the stream up soon and heading over to a member stream so we can play some Resident Evil for a while. And Poopy Snoopy, you're also saying if Xbox players wanted PlayStation games, wouldn't they have bought a PlayStation instead of an Xbox? Most Xbox players are not losing anything, in my opinion, but we gain. Yeah, well, that's what I mean, dude. Like, it's at this point in time, anybody who's still on Xbox, like, that's just genuinely where they want to be. And that's why I'm saying I don't think they're losing. I think there are Xbox players who bought into this generation with an expectation that and I think Microsoft has failed to live up to that expectation to a degree where it's like, it is a rough look where it's like, guys, I thought you were supposed to be making the people who bought the Series X feel kind of special, but like you're enhancing games for the PS5 Pro. What's up with that? And I do think that that's where like the expectation is a little bit like, this isn't how I was sold on this gen. But I think that the people who are still playing on Xbox, like the people who haven't left, I think that they're just like, we're cool. We're fine here. Poopy, so you're saying, and we gain on PlayStation by getting more games. Exactly, dude. Like I don't. I just think there's a necessary awkward transitional period where like people are going to kind of say what they're going to say. And then it's just like, well, the dust has settled and this is how it's going to be. So, but yeah, guys, we are a little over the 3-hour mark. I'm trying to keep my streams at around the 3-hour mark, right? Like there are going to be times where we go well beyond that. But generally speaking, so we did hit 100 members today, which is awesome. See, Xbox is king. This is why, bro. This is what I mean. Like how are you gonna try to play innocent right now, bro? I see you. Okay. So yeah, we're going to wrap this stream up and we're going to head over to a members only stream. All right. And we're going to play some Resident Evil 4. We're going to do some gameplay. It's been a while since I played it. We're not doing VR Resident Evil 4. We might save that for another time. But yeah, I wanted to do a gameplay stream instead of a regular members lounge. Change it up a bit. So as I head into my outro, I want to ask you guys to please hit that like button. All right. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry about that, Rudy. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, so big shout out to the community today, okay? We came in with a base goal of 25 members with a longer stretch goal of 100 members, and you guys crushed it. We hit 100 members, and I dropped 50 more for you guys. So I hope you guys take advantage of that membership. Make sure you tune into all the members content we're going to be doing. And just thank you so much. You know, anybody who dropped a super chat as well or a direct donation, this channel is completely fan funded. You guys make this possible. So thank you so much. Also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter for doing the timestamps for the streams. He does a great job. If you guys see him in the comments with those timestamps, give him some thanks, show him some love. I know he appreciates it. We really appreciate what he does for the channel. And yeah, as you are heading out, like I said, hit that like button. In about 3 minutes or so, I'm going to have a Resident Evil member stream popping up. So I'll see you guys over there. And we will be here tomorrow for Morning with the Misses. I should have another video out, and we should be doing another regular stream or Press X podcast. That's what I want to call it, or try to call it. Members today, yeah, we're heading over to a members Resident Evil 4 gameplay stream, okay? So that'll be up. You know, make sure your notifications are turned on. That notification is probably going to pop just a couple minutes after this stream ends. So, all right, guys, we had some good discussions today. Apologies in advance if the Press X podcast name goes away again, because I'm extremely undecided about whether or not I want to stick with it or not. I think I'm going to, but I'm very fickle with it for some reason. So just ignore that for now. All right. Oh, and let me end this poll. These are the results of the poll that we put out. And yeah. All right, guys. So enjoy the rest of your day. To anybody who's not a member, I will catch you here again with another stream tomorrow. To all my members, I will see you in the lounge, the Resident Evil 4 lounge today. So I'll see you over there. All right. But that does it for me, guys. Until next time, take care, everyone. Beast Mode says, no, keep it. Keep it, man.